The teenage store clerk laughed as she watched the old security guard slowly patrol the mall corridor. "Look at Grandpa trying to be a cop," she whispered to her friend. Marcus Rodriguez heard every word but kept walking. 20 years as a Navy SEAL had taught him that the most dangerous enemies were the ones you never saw coming. Today, he would become exactly that kind of threat. Marcus Rodriguez, 68 years old, wakes up every morning at 5 a.m. His body still operates on military time, no exceptions. In his small Phoenix apartment, before dawn breaks, he takes a cold shower and drinks his black coffee. There's only one photo hanging on his wall, a group shot with SEAL Team 6, taken in 1982, California. Of the 12 men in that photograph, only 5 are still alive. Marcus lives alone. His wife Linda passed away from cancer 5 years ago. They never had children. His military pension covers the bills, but there's not much left over. That's why he works part-time as a security guard at Desert Ridge Mall. 6 hours a day during the week, 8 hours on weekends. The other security guards call him Uncle Marcus. Brad Peterson, the security supervisor in his 20s, constantly hints that he should retire. "Marcus, this job requires quick reflexes. You know what I mean. It's a young man's game." Marcus just nods and continues his rounds. His colleagues don't know that every morning, before his shift, Marcus runs 3 miles around his neighborhood. His neighbors think it's cute, a 68-year-old man trying to stay in shape. What they don't know is that Marcus isn't exercising. He's preparing. Because once a Navy SEAL, always a Navy SEAL. Every day while patrolling the mall, Marcus mentally maps tactical scenarios. Exit routes, hiding spots, potential attack points, blind spots. While other guards scroll through Instagram, Marcus has memorized every corner, every store, every security camera angle. "Uncle, why are you always so serious?" asks Ashley, a 19-year-old store clerk. "It's just a mall, relax." Marcus smiles but doesn't answer. What Ashley doesn't know is that in Marcus's world, there's no such thing as just anything. Every location is a potential battlefield. Every day is a potential operation. Brad Peterson often makes jokes about Marcus during breaks. "Guys, Uncle Marcus thinks he's still in the military," he laughs to the other guards. "Yesterday I saw him checking exit routes like we're in Afghanistan or something." The younger guards laugh along. Marcus hears everything but never responds. He learned long ago that real warriors don't need to prove themselves with words. Black Friday, November 25th, Desert Ridge Mall is packed wall to wall. Thousands of people have flocked in for Black Friday deals. The security team consists of 6 people: Brad Peterson, supervisor, Marcus, and 4 young guards. 2:30 p.m. Marcus is checking the food court. Families are eating. Kids are running around. Everyone seems happy. Just another Black Friday crowd. But Marcus's trained eyes see different things. 3 men, early 20s, keep checking their watches. They have gym bags, but don't look like they've been shopping for athletic gear. They avoid eye contact with security cameras. Most importantly, they're moving together but pretending they don't know each other. Marcus reaches for his radio. Brad, suspicious activity in the food court. 3 males, coordinated movement pattern. Brad's voice crackles through with annoyance. "Marcus, don't be paranoid. It's Black Friday. Everyone's in a hurry. Don't create false alarms." Marcus turns off the radio. But he doesn't take his eyes off the suspects. He notices more details. Military-style haircuts. The way they position themselves, covering sight lines. One keeps touching something inside his jacket. These aren't shoppers. These are operators. Marcus feels that familiar sensation in his gut, the same feeling he had in Fallujah before an ambush, in Somalia before a firefight. Something's about to go very wrong. 2:47 p.m. The first scream. Then gunshots. Shoppers in the mall immediately panic and start running. Marcus instinctively moves toward the danger while everyone else flees. 20 years of SEAL training kicks in automatically. 3 armed men have sealed the main entrances. Automatic weapons, black masks, radios. They look professional. This isn't a random robbery. This is a planned operation. Everyone get down. Nobody move. This is a robbery. The leader, about 25 years old, appears to be former military. The other 2 are younger but trained. They're moving with military precision. As Marcus watches them, old memories surface. Afghanistan, Iraq, other operations where he faced similar enemies. Brad's panicked voice comes through his radio. Marcus, where are you? We've got an active shooter situation. Call SWAT. Marcus whispers back, I'm in position. SWAT will take 20 minutes to get here. By then, everyone will be dead. What are you talking about? Get out of there. Marcus turns off his radio. He's going dark. Marcus is hiding in the service corridor behind the food court. He quickly runs a tactical analysis in his mind. Enemy, 3 armed, trained, coordinated civilians, approximately 200 people, mostly families. Environment, enclosed space, limited exits time. At least 20 minutes before SWAT arrives. Advantages. Knows the terrain. Element of surprise. Disadvantages. Alone, 68 years old, only armed with a baton. But Marcus Rodriguez has one more advantage. He spent 20 years as a Navy SEAL, fighting in the most difficult conditions against numerically superior enemies. And every single time, he came home alive. He studies the attackers through the glass storefront. The leader is organizing hostages in the JCPenney store. The other 2 are covering entrances and exits. They're good, but they're making one critical mistake. They don't know about Marcus. Marcus infiltrates the security office. He watches the attackers through security cameras. The main leader is gathering hostages in JCPenney. The other 2 are holding the entrances. The security office has emergency protocols. The mall's electrical system, air conditioning, even the background music can all be controlled from here. Marcus studies the system. He's formulating a plan. First move, cut the lights. The mall suddenly plunges into darkness. Civilians scream, but Marcus expected this. He doesn't have night vision goggles, but he's operated in every condition imaginable for 20 years. Darkness is his friend. Emergency lights come on, casting a dim red glow. Perfect! Marcus moves. Through his earpiece, he hears the attacker's confusion. What the hell? Mike, did you hit the lights? No, man! Something's wrong. Marcus smiles. In SEAL training, they called this battlefield psychology. Make the enemy doubt everything. From Navy SEAL training, wolf pack tactics. A lone wolf disrupts the pack by targeting the weakest link first. The youngest attacker, about 22 years old, is guarding the main exit. He's nervous, constantly looking around. Marcus approaches silently. 20 years of covert operations in various terrains. He moves like a ghost. The young attacker keeps talking into his radio. Carlos, man, I don't like this. Something's not right. Shut up, Danny. Stay focused. Marcus gets within striking distance. The kid has good training, but he's inexperienced. He's not checking his 6 properly. One move. A precisely applied sleeper hold that Marcus has used dozens of times. The attacker goes unconscious. His weapon drops. Marcus takes the weapon but doesn't fire it. He doesn't want to make noise yet. 1 enemy neutralized. 2 remain. Into his radio, Marcus hears, Mike! Mike respond. Where the hell are you? No response, because Mike is zip-tied in a storage closet. Marcus accesses the mall's PA system. He changes his voice, speaking with authority. Armed suspects, this mall is now under siege. All exits have been sealed. Surrender is strongly advised. Panic in the attacker's communications. What the hell? How did they get here so fast? The main leader, Carlos, shouts into his radio. Mike! Danny! Status report. Only Danny responds. Carlos! Mike's not responding. Something's happening here. Marcus speaks into the PA again. You have 2 choices. Drop your weapons, or be hunted down one by one. Carlos is furious. Police don't move this fast. Who are you? Marcus doesn't respond. Uncertainty is the enemy's greatest fear. But Marcus knows he needs to move faster. The attackers are smart enough to figure out this isn't a full police response. They'll adapt. The second attacker, Danny, is middle-aged and more experienced. He's not rattled by Marcus's psychological tactics. He's moving among the hostages, using them as human shields. Marcus tries a different strategy. Using the security cameras, he tracks Danny's position. He manipulates the air conditioning system to pump fog into the store, reducing visibility. Danny starts to panic but stays alert. What is this crap? What's happening? Marcus approaches silently, but this time it's different. Danny is more careful, constantly scanning his surroundings. Marcus needs to be patient. One of the hostage children starts crying. Danny gets irritated. Shut that kid up! Marcus's blood runs cold. Threatening children crosses every line. Now it's not just duty, it's personal. From his concealed position, Marcus can see Danny getting increasingly agitated. The fog, the uncertainty, the loss of his teammate, it's all wearing on him. Good. Stressed enemies make mistakes. Danny makes his mistake. He turns his back for 3 seconds to yell at the hostages. 3 seconds is all Marcus needs. 20 years of close-quarters combat training. Danny never sees him coming. 2 enemies neutralized. 1 to go. The main leader, Carlos, is the most experienced. He's clearly former military. He's figured out Marcus's tactics and has positioned himself defensively, surrounded by hostages. I know you're out there. Carlos shouts. You're not police. You move different. Who are you? Marcus doesn't respond. He's studying Carlos through the security cameras. This one is dangerous. He's not panicking, he's adapting. Carlos continues. You took out my boys, but you made one mistake. I've got 30 hostages here. Families. Kids. You make one wrong move, they all die. For the first time, Marcus speaks, his voice carrying through the store. Let the children go. This is between you and me. Carlos laughs. There it is. So you are real. One man. One old man did all this. The children. Now. Or what? You'll come for me? Bring it on, old man. Marcus studies the hostage situation. Carlos has positioned himself well, back to the wall. Clear sight lines, human shields. But he's made one tactical error. He's emotional now. He's angry. Angry enemies make fatal mistakes. Marcus creates a diversion. Using the mall's fire safety system, he triggers the sprinkler system in the adjacent stores. Water, noise, chaos. Carlos's attention wavers for just a moment. That moment is all Marcus needs. 20 years of urban combat experience. Every technique, every skill, every lesson learned in blood and fire, it all comes together in this moment. Marcus doesn't attack Carlos directly. Instead, he targets the psychological pressure point. Using the PA system one last time. Carlos Martinez, age 26, Army Rangers, dishonorably discharged 2018. Your real name is on every FBI watch list in the country. Carlos freezes. How do you know that? Because I taught men like you for 20 years. And then I hunted men like you for 20 more. The psychological impact is immediate. Carlos realizes he's not facing a mall security guard. He's facing someone from his own world. Someone better. In that moment of doubt, Marcus strikes. The confrontation is brief but decisive. 20 years of elite military training versus 3 years of criminal experience. There's no contest. When the smoke clears, Carlos is unconscious, zip-tied, and the hostages are free. SWAT teams arrive 18 minutes later to find Marcus calmly directing hostages to safety. The 3 attackers are secured. Nobody is seriously injured. Lieutenant Sarah Chen, SWAT commander, approaches Marcus. Sir, I need to know what happened here. 3 armed suspects attempted to rob the mall. I happen to be in a position to assist. Chen looks around at the professional-level tactical work. Sir, this wasn't luck. What's your background? Marcus hands her his security badge. I work mall security. That's not what I meant. Marcus looks at the families reuniting, children hugging their parents, people who are alive because of what he did today. Sometimes that's all that matters, Lieutenant. The local news covers the story. Hero security guard stops mall attack. But Marcus doesn't do interviews. He doesn't want publicity. The next Monday, Marcus returns to work. Brad Peterson, the young security supervisor, approaches him with new respect. Marcus, I owe you an apology. I had no idea. No apology needed, Brad. You couldn't have known. But I should have respected your experience. Marcus puts a hand on Brad's shoulder. Experience isn't about age, son. It's about what you do when everything goes wrong. The teenage store clerk, Ashley, who had mocked him just days before, approaches nervously. Mr. Rodriguez, I wanted to thank you. My little sister was here with my mom during the attack. You saved them. Marcus nods quietly. Just doing my job, Ashley. No, sir, you did way more than that. That evening, Marcus returns to his small apartment. On the news, they're calling him a hero. Experts are analyzing his tactics. Police departments are asking for interviews. But Marcus just sits in his chair, drinking his black coffee, looking at the old photograph of his SEAL team. His phone rings. It's his neighbor, Mrs. Chun. Marcus, I saw the news. I had no idea you were so. I always thought you were just a sweet old man who liked to jog. Marcus smiles. Mrs. Chun, I am just a sweet old man who likes to jog. But when people need help, we all become who we need to be. The next morning, Marcus wakes up at 5 a.m., just like always. He takes his cold shower, drinks his black coffee, and goes for his 3-mile run. His neighbors wave at him differently now. Not as a cute old man trying to stay in shape, but as someone who reminds them that heroes don't always look like what we expect. At the mall, the teenage workers no longer whisper about Grandpa trying to be a cop. They nod respectfully when he passes. They've learned what Marcus always knew. Real strength isn't about age. It's about character. It's about what you do when no one expects anything from you, but everyone needs everything from you. Because sometimes, the most dangerous enemy is the one you never see coming. And sometimes, that enemy is actually the hero you never knew you had. Marcus Rodriguez continues his quiet patrols, continues his careful observations, continues his preparation. Because once a guardian, always a guardian. And some people are born to stand between danger and the innocent, no matter how old they get, no matter who underestimates them. The mall is safe, the families are protected, and the silent guardian watches over them all. If you enjoyed this story, remember that heroes walk among us every day. Sometimes they're the people we least expect, doing jobs we barely notice until the moment we need them most.